grindstone.
Ears to the rail.
And fingers on the pulse of the great Republic of Texas.
Basically, we're a farmer's Facebook.
A grassland Instagram.
A ranch Reddit.
We're watching and we're listening.
Yep.
And we know a thing or two because we've done a thing or two.
Sometimes twice.
And we come here from the Texas Gothic Farm and Ranch just outside of Mercury, Texas.
The center of Texas.
To tell you a thing or two.
You might want to take notes.
A thing or two about living.
Yep.
About loving.
Yep.
About being a well-rounded, well-grounded, contributing individual who doesn't do something stupid like move into your parents' windowless and air-conditionless garden shed to save rent, all the while telling people you're participating in the worldwide tiny house movement.
Please stop watching HGTV.
And we figured that you folks here in Austin would like a bit of country wisdom from some Texas elder statespersons because you people like things like brisket beer.
Meat doesn't belong in a glass.
Celery-infused vodka.
Salad doesn't belong in a bottle.
And tofu dogs wrapped in faking bacon.
Meat that isn't real meat doesn't belong in your mouth.
And we think we got here to Austin just in time because it seems like some of our legislators have lost their ways.
Surprise, surprise.
Especially some leading Republicans.
Surprise, surprise.
Now politics is dirty business.
Backstabbing.
Backbiting.
Mean.
Smear campaigns are de rigueur.
It's like watching Bean Girls over and over.
Well, it seemed to start back in 2018 when Governor Greg Abbott behaved in any way other than a Republican and a gentleman when he lobbed baseless accusations and thousands of dollars into the war chests of people running against his fellow Republican Representative Sir Davis.
Greg Abbott is a party pooper. Literally.
It seemed that his biggest gripe with her was just that Representative Sarah Davis seems to think that people ought to be able to talk to their doctors in private and they ought to be able to make medical choices with their doctor and not Governor Greg Abbott.
Keep your nose from my stitches and breeches, Governor Abbott.
But our biggest shenanigan continues to unfold as we stand right here.
Yep.
It seems that after what was considered a successful first session, Speaker Bonin got his friend Representative Burrows, who's the head of the Republican caucus, to go with him to meet a fella named Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Who's that?
Well, Michael Quinn Sullivan is a fella who has a dubious news website and a political pressure group called Empower Texans, and he goes by his initials, MQS.
Like a supervillain. Or a serial killer.
Well, Speaker Bonin asked MQS if he would take out some incumbents in the next election, and in exchange, he would give him bona fide press credentials that would give him access to all the legislators on the floor.
That's called bribery.
Then he left the room and had Mr. Burroughs read off the names.
That's called trying to create plausible deniability.
And then MQS put on his dubious news website that he had a meeting with these fellas, but nobody paid attention.
What'd you do then?
Well, then he put on his dubious news website that he had a tape recording of the whole thing.
He must have gotten that idea from Nixon.
And then, after some people heard it, Speaker Bonin apologized to his peers, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I said that, but come on, you know I talk like that all the time because I don't have a filter." We say,
Get a filter.
and now the Public Integrity Unit of the Texas Rangers
That's a real thing, folks.
is galloping around trying to figure out what to do with Mr. Bonin and Mr. Burroughs.
Don't worry, Chuck Norris is on the job.
Seems like Mr. Bonin is up a creek without a paddle.
Seems like he could use a friend.
Yep, but to have a friend, you got to be a friend.
Yep.
And to be a friend, you got to be a person of virtue.
Yep.
That's why at the Texas Gothic Farm and Ranch, we're turning our old barn into the Republican retreat for the rejuvenation of rejected virtues and podcast studio.
Everyone needs a podcast.
At the Republican retreat for the rejuvenation of rejected virtues and podcast studio, you will learn the 4 cardinal virtues as set forth by Plato in CDXXVI.
That's Roman for 426.
BC.
That's American for BC.
The first virtue you will learn is wisdom. Now, wisdom is the ability to know the difference between that which is bad, that which is good, and that which is neutral. For instance, giving someone a bribe,
That's bad.
giving someone a sandwich,
That's good.
bribing someone with a sandwich.
That's neutral. It depends on the sandwich.
It's a process. The second virtue is justice. That's attending to the common good of all and making sure that some get their just due.
Everybody gets a sandwich. Unless you don't have any teeth. Then you get a smoothie. That is your just due.
The third virtue is fortitude. That's doing the right thing all the time, even if it's hard or scary, or if your friends are doing the wrong thing.
If someone drops their sandwich and doesn't notice, you have to give it back to them, even if it looks better than your own sandwich.
The fourth virtue is temperance, and that's getting a hold of your desires and appetites.
Don't eat all the sandwiches. Or try to have sex with them. No matter how hot they look in a tube top. Some people like a hot sandwich.
It's a process. So, if you're looking for a way to rejuvenate your virtues and do all the good things that you said you're gonna do when you asked your mama for campaign money.
Don't you want to make your mama proud, Bonin?
And if you're looking for a way to develop your brand while you go through the process and broadcast it on the World Wide Web,
Everyone needs a podcast.
then look no further than Texas Gothic Ranch to satisfy all your virtue rejuvenating and podcasting needs.
God bless Texas.
Aw, that's right, Paul.
Yep.